Okay, good morning and welcome to another episode of Montreal Technicals. As we all know, this is basically market outlook session. We get to see what opportunities can grab, and you guys get to see more of my strategy, my entries and exits. Yep. So today, fundamentals. It's only one high impact news and it has already passed. That was on AUD around 1:30. Wait, is this thing correct as well? Okay, yeah, around 1:30 a.m. Okay, let's jump on our charts and see what we can grab. One sec. Okay. Let's start with AUD/USD. This is very sad. I had a sell setup on this yesterday, but it did not play out. And currently, it looks like the market has already shifted bullish, but it is what it is. Let's see. So basically, we pushed up, we pushed into this neckline here. We had a few sells, we went back up, we pushed it down, and then we actually pushed up. And then I think these two candlesticks actually broke above. They actually broke above. Now it came back and we tested this level. I think that's what actually gave it that rejection. If you go back to the 15 minutes, you see that we actually had some sort of, I don't want to call this an entry criteria, but then we actually had that whole break of structure to the upside. We had the retest, and then price is actually impulsing to the upside now. So what we can basically watch out for today, yeah, since we missed this buy, this very tiny buy, is basically just to watch out for these lows here. And this high, basically. So now, if at any point we break this low to the downside, yeah, so it's more of like we're continuing that downtrend, because if you check, we have not really escaped this whole range yet, this whole range here. So that whole push to the downside is still possible. So now, if we have that break of structure here now, what we can start looking out for is this whole retest here coming. So if I have that break, I'll be looking out for retest around these levels and then to take those sales to the downside. So that's basically what I'll be looking out for on AUD/USD. NZD/USD should be quite similar. Oh shit, this one is it's not similar again. I think NZD has already shifted bullish. Let's delete this and let's do this. So NZD was basically just pushing up, reacted around these levels. Yeah, this was where I was looking to take a sell. It took me out actually, went up. Yeah, that's pushed up. That's it breaking structure now, shifting to a bullish market. Pulled back. It was basically short retracement, and then we broke above. We came back and then we tapped into these levels. Same thing with AUD. You're not actually going to see it on the 1H clearly until you drop to the 15 minutes. Yeah, so now see that rejection candle here, but then it was not a bullish rejection candle, but price actually pushed above. So what I'll be looking out for on NZD/USD is quite similar to what we have on AUD/USD. It's basically it. So if I have price break this level to the downside or this high is here, yeah, let's see. So now once price escapes this point to the downside, I'll start looking for sells around these levels, basically that retest. That's what I'm going to be looking out for. But then if we actually break to the upside, then we can look out for that retest to continue the uptrend basically. So that's what I'm going to be looking out for on NZD/USD. Then Euro/USD. All these pairs have been very wicked lately. Whew, this is very sad. Very, very sad. So yesterday, basically, yeah, this was the levels. I think we did this analysis since last week. We're waiting for that whole proper retest. We actually retested these levels yesterday and we had a very sweet entry criteria. Then boom, out of nowhere, price just broke it to the upside. It's one of those days. Now, on to the next one. Let's look at what we can grab today. We actually broke these levels, but unfortunately, price did not come back to retest them properly. And price is doing some sort of shift up here. Wait, let me check my RSI. Is it divergent? There's divergence. So So there's actually a chance that we can flush to the downside from here. Let me see. Is there any rejection candle in the 50 minutes? So I'll jump on this. No, I don't want to advise people to do what's not, it's illegal. So let's continue with our strategy basically. But then there's actually a whole sentiment for a sell. But if I'm going to take that sell, the proper way is actually to wait for price to break this low here. So if we have price come back to break this low to the downside, then we can look out for the weakest, and then we'll continue to sell to the downside. That's one way we can look at it. Yeah. Now, if we don't have that sell, what are we going to look out for? The break of this highs here. Now, if price escapes this high, same thing, we're looking out for the weakest. But honestly, I'm skewed to that sell more. I actually want to see that sell, basically, because my RSI is showing me that there's a chance that the sell actually happened. Then the man himself, GBP USD. Let's see what's going on this baby boy. Load of manipulations. Yeah, I think this is what's actually giving me that whole hope that we might have a sell. So basically, we actually broke this whole range yesterday. This one, this side, we broke it to the upside. Price came back, tapped into these levels, pushed up, but failed towards even retest those highs again. You understand? Now we're pushing down. We have not actually broken structure yet, but then we're almost breaking structure. Now, if we have a break of these levels to the downside, what should we actually watch out for? Yeah, you guessed right. The retest. So what we can look out for is to see that whole push to the downside, then the retest of those levels. That's when we can enter it. Yep. So I've looked at all my pairs. What other pairs do you guys want us to take a look at before we leave? Please, I'm very sorry that we started late. Yeah. So what questions do you guys have? And what pairs do you guys want us to take a look at before we go? DXY. No. What is DXY looking like? Well, okay, we're bearish. We have not shifted bullish yet on DXY. So this is why I said that. Rams. So now we pushed up, yeah. And then we pushed down basically, and we actually broke structure. So we're bearish. Do you understand? Now, price actually pushed up here, but then rejected at those highs there. So until we see that whole break of structure here, we're still what? Bullish. I mean bearish. So now if DXY is actually bearish, then it means all those other pairs are going to be what? Bullish. So let's see. Let me drop this here. The same thing. So basically, DXY, you know, we cannot trade DXY, we can only use it for what? Analysis. So on how DXY brings this level to the upside, then we're actually shifting bullish. Do you understand? But if we actually break this onto the downside, then we're actually continuing bearish. So that's one way you guys can look at it. Then can we analyze a different pair together? What pair do you want us to analyze? Then can we take that gap as a possible indication for a sell? What gap? For a sell, as price is expected to come back and fill up the imbalance. Okay, on GU. GBP USD. What's that? I'm actually more skewed to sells on G more than the buy itself. If I actually have the sell to the downside, it's nice. Do you understand? So once we actually break these levels, we can look out for what's the weakness of those levels. That's how I'm actually looking at GU. Adewale Benga, can you give us a pair? You said we should look at a different pair. Yeah? What pair do you want us to look at? Okay, you look at. Esther, how are you? You've been quiet.
I'm fine.
I'll DM you after this session. You have to.
All right, no problem.
Oh, okay. Eurocard. It was Eurocard that was selling yesterday. Wait. I bought Euro card yesterday. The buys actually happened. Lord. So yesterday, funny thing, yeah, I had the setup on Euro card yesterday, but I not share it to you guys because, as you all know, it was Monday. Yeah, the setup actually took me out and then continued. So let me break this down. So if you drop, let me see. So we pushed up, yeah. We're bullish, and then we traced, and then we traced down here. So at this point, yeah, this was where price was. And I went to my 15 minutes. I checked. I actually saw an entry criteria. See the entry criteria, but this one is hidden. See the candlestick here. I thought this candlestick was like, okay, I'm entering on this candlestick. That's where the price is coming from. Next the price came and took me out. And see the next entry criteria that was created. This one was actually perfect. I think the mistake I made was that I did not actually look at the pair again and look at it. A very nice buy here. Stop loss just below here. And then we have targeted this highs again. And this was where I was looking to exit. This was already a 2 hour. Damn. And the trade is still running. Like that's the funny thing. And I was actually banking on this trade, like, man, this whole thing. I think it's the same thing that happened to me with gold. I sold gold yesterday, so gold actually took me out and then sold. This one too took me out and then bought. I basically turned liquidity, but it's all good. I think it's one of those things that still give me joy. That yeah, the strategy actually works because it actually worked. And please, it was not as if I was actually looking at that entry criteria from anywhere. That level that I was looking at that entry criteria, if you check, that was around our golden ratio levels. Yeah. If you drop it here, yeah, price did not actually break below the 0.77. I mean, yeah, the 0.7 actually rejected around those levels. But anyhow, enough crime. Let's look at what we can get on Euro card today. So basically, this was baby boy Euro card display. We pushed up, yeah. We broke below, do you understand? But then at the same time, we're going back up to break. So now, if we exit these levels to the upside, using the most social market structure, yeah? If we exit these levels to the upside, if we have something like this, we can exit to the upside. Then basically, you can look to take this retest. It can be either here or the Fibonacci levels. So once price starts retracing, I'm going to drop my Fibonacci to see where to actually come. I mean, which areas I should be watching out for. So that's how I'll be looking at Euro market. Yeah. So basically, once price breaks above, we'll be looking out for those levels. Now, what if price doesn't break above? We can look out for these lows here. Do you understand? That's another important level. Now, once price gets here, we'll see how it behaves. If it breaks below, then we'll look for those returns basically. So that's what I have to say on the Euro card. Any other pair you guys want us to take a look at before we go? I hope you understand. UK oil. Why do you guys want us to take a look at UK oil? I honestly don't like oil. Shit. Nah, I can't analyze this. I won't analyze this. It's pretty rough. Because see what price is doing down here. You understand? It's more like it's consolidating, so I rather leave it alone. Is there another pair you guys want to stick with? Okay. In the absence of any other pair, I would like to call it a session. I want to thank you guys. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys for attending this session. Without you guys, there'll be no one to take it out. And I want to wish you a happy trading day. Yeah, no, what's going to happy trading day? Sorry. A very beautiful trading day. And again, always know when to sit out. Yeah. I think as I said this stuff that I will not analyze UK oil. You get some people be wondering why. As a trader, knowing when to step out of the market is as important as actually catching those high probability trades or catching those trades or being in the market. Do you understand? Knowing when to step out is actually what's very, very important. So if you don't see any setups will come. Do you understand? So not again, for those that are watching this video on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the page and leave some comments on what you want to be seeing more from me. So have a wonderful day, guys, and catch you at the same time tomorrow. Bye, guys.